from YouTube. You already know Big Lou. Tap it back in. One more again. The Latin assassin himself. Baby. So this is another video, boxing video regarding the Saturday night's fight, Devin Haney and the results from Devin Haney and the winner Ryan Garcia. So I kind of messed up in the video when I was speaking that that there was only two options that could happen after Ryan didn't make weight, right? And the things were, if Haney would win, of course he would still continue to be the WBC junior welterweight champion. The other option, if Ryan won because he didn't make weight, he would not be able to get that belt, and the belt would be vacated, and then be meaning it would be open, and two guys would fight for a vacant WBC title at that weight class. For some reason, Mauricio Solomon decided to for Devin to continue to be in the WBC junior welterweight champion. Now, I mentioned in the last video that that's boxing politics for you. Um, did they strike up something else after Ryan didn't make weight? Because I did read something saying something about they were renegotiating things. But would that part be in it? I don't know. I don't think so. It's strange to me. It's very weak to me. I think the whole situation is weak. The fact that Ryan acts the way he acts, his behavior is the way it was. He shows himself on the scale at like 152, 154, like a month ago, 28 days ago, something like that. And he don't make weight. He comes in heavier, 3 pounds heavier. Literally destroys him in the ring. I mean, it was like every time he hit him with that left hook, he hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I heard Bill Haney speak and say that we know that Ryan's a good fighter, and we were 3-3 against him in the amateurs, which I believe that's all just back walking, a lot of shit talking. I believe Bill Haney's one of the fathers that just talk way too much shit. I don't believe like that Robert Guerrero's dad, same thing. You know what I mean? Different guys. But to each his own, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how they show the love for their son and their belief in their son. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it would just seem disingenuous to me, you know what I'm saying, hearing them talk like that. And even though it probably is the darn truth, maybe he just tries to sell the fights and come in there talking wild and stuff. I don't know. It could be. You know what I mean? The other thing that I want to speak about also in this video is that Tim Bradley, former champion Tim Bradley, I think he's like a 5-time ex-champion, a couple of divisions. He was heavily in favored for Devin Haney, and he even made a comment something about if Devin Haney lost that he would quit broadcast or quit being a commentator for, I think it's ESPN he works for. And then I read a couple of his tweets or excretions or what do they call them now. I'm not on X, Twitter. I'm not on it, but when you Google something, it pops up where you can read whatever they post there. And he was saying something about he just always comes out and he's always honest, and he don't care if people don't like his opinion, and that he's not a yes man like most of the other people on the network. So I don't know who he's pointing that at. Because offhand right here, I can't think of who's on ESPN. I think maybe Paulie Malignaggi, because I see them sometimes appearing together. Is he talking about Paulie? Paulie's usually well opinionated himself. So I don't think it's Paulie he's talking about. So I'm not really sure who he's talking about. But I seen a video posted by a lady. It was like a 15-second video, and she's like, "Tim Bradley, you were wrong. Saturday night, Ryan won. Are you gonna step away and resign?" So that's why I put this thumbnail, because it's like, Tim Bradley, are you quitting? And it's a question mark, exclamation point. So is the question answered yet? I couldn't find nothing specific, solid evidence saying that he's quit. So we'll see what happens with that. But it ain't like he won't get hired somewhere else, or it's not like he can't start his own podcast. And this guy's a decorated ex-champion, multiple time world champion. So a lot of guys tend to have good success. When they start their podcasts, and network with other guys that they over the years became associates, friends, or whatever. You know what I mean? So I can see him being successful elsewhere. He don't necessarily got to be with ESPN. You know what I mean? But I just the whole situation just seems kind of odd, man. Shout out to Cuban B. I said, hey, que voila. He posted a comment. He just said from the beginning it was strange how everything went down, and I can agree with him. But was that a plan, or was that just the way is that the way the cookies? Is that the way the cookie crumbled? Is that the way the dominoes came down, or uh, another commenter. Shout out to Nick M from Mass. I mentioned him in the other video. He said that Ryan sold the fight. Yeah, he did. He did sell the fight, but what explains him coming in heavy? You know what I'm saying? That just shows like to me the David Benavidez things. The complaining about Canelo won't fight me. Canelo won't fight me. Well, check it out, David. And I like David Benavidez a lot. If he didn't screw up not once but twice, where he got his belt stripped, then Canelo would have had to go to him to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So nobody wants to seem to speak about that. I don't really hear that. Be accountable for yourself and how you screwed up. Otherwise, you would have been in a different position. You know what I'm saying? You would have been still the reigning super middleweight champion, and Saul Alvarez would have had to come see you if he still wanted to, accomplish that accomplishment of becoming a undisputed super middleweight champion. There's no ifs and what's about it. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with Ryan. Come on, you 3 pounds, you come in too heavy, and you come out there and have a hell of a performance. You know what I'm saying? Probably the best performance of your career, other than you getting put down by Luke Campbell getting up and whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, so I don't know. It's just something to think about. And hope I'll find out sometime later. Um, I would imagine later tonight or tomorrow about Tim Bradley, if he actually did resign or not. Um, it seems that he might be doing that with the tweets of his that I read. Um, you know what I mean? But like I said, this ain't gonna hold somebody like Tim Bradley down. He's gonna keep moving, and he's probably got a ton of things that he's working on already or involved with already. A lot of these, especially when it comes to boxing, you know, these guys got to put their money. They got to use their money right, because there's no such thing as a retirement. There's no such thing as a pension plan with boxing. It's not like baseball, football, basketball. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, pro wrestling, you have to do for yourself. You have to figure it out for yourself. So most of these guys, these boxers, Danny Garcia, Devontae Wilder, these guys got their money you know, tied up in places, real estate, businesses, partnering up on different projects, you know what I'm saying? So they stay busy and they have a lot of things going on. So I don't think it's gonna, if he quits ESPN because of his statement about Devin winning, I don't think it's gonna bother him and mess him up like that or anything. So with that being said, Big Lou tapping out, but I'm coming right back at you with another video. Stay tuned. Bye, ya.